Hi, my name is Denise Gardens, author of the book Reflections, A Parent SOULution, How to Create a Harmonious Relationship with Your Child, Teenager, and Adult Child. So welcome to the seminar Parent SOULution, Session 1, Laying the Foundation. First, let me start by saying that I am so happy and so very grateful that our paths will be crossing in this lifetime. It's such a perfect opportunity for both you and me to expand our level of consciousness when it comes to parenting. Because when we do that, not only do we benefit from it, but so does everybody else around us. What you're going to learn in this seminar is that parenting is truly a gift. And it's a gift which allows your soul to express its purpose in this lifetime. Now, I know that's quite a mouthful and maybe difficult to accept at this point in time, but no worries. It took me over 3 decades to figure that one out. So that's why I am sharing my message with you during this seminar to help you get on the fast track. Once I discovered what parenting really was all about, it completely shifted my perception about what my role was as a parent. And it completely shifted the relationship between my son and I in a good way. And I am convinced the same thing is going to happen to you. Now, earlier I said that both you and me will expand our level of consciousness together. And the reason why I said that is because I'm a strong believer that we are all interconnected. And as each one of us grows or expands, it's like a new ingredient is added to the mix. In other words, it's like we're all bathing in the same soup. And when we grow, that ingredient that is added to the soup changes the flavor of the soup, and we can all taste it either consciously or unconsciously. And it's the same thing between you and I. It's the first time you and I connect, and this ignites a new flow of energy between two beings. And this flow of energy acts as a catalyst for your growth as well as my growth. And because we're both going to grow from it, new ingredients are added to the soup, changing its flavor, and we will all taste it. So as you can deduct for yourself that every single human being on this planet plays a very important role in the collective consciousness of humanity. And as we all grow, we are growing and evolving the collective consciousness of humanity, and we're all going to benefit from it. So I'm very, very excited about embarking on this journey with you. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discoveries that we'll both make, you and I. And the reason I say both of us again, it's because it's the first time I'm giving this seminar, and I'll probably be saying things I've never heard myself say before, which is great because I've asked for a lot of help and guidance in the preparation of this seminar. And so we have our friends from the spiritual realms that will be with us throughout this seminar, and I also am very connected to my inner guidance. I've asked for a clear connection there to make sure that the message that is shared with you today and the exchange that we'll have with each other will be of the highest vibrational level. So I'm very, very excited, and I hope you are too. So I've put this seminar together, as I mentioned earlier, to really help you become aware of the true gift parenting is bringing into your life. And this seminar has nothing to do with trying to undo the past or undo some of the mistakes that we think we may have made with our children. And so we are feeling so guilty that had we known better, we would have acted better, and now it's my fault that, this is happening to my child or my teenager or adult child. It doesn't really matter the age of your child. But this is not a correct way of thinking. I'm not here to critique you, and I'm certainly not here to put more guilt on your shoulders. That you can be rest assured that is not going to happen. Because nobody is guilty of anything, ever. What determines our behavior and how we perceive life has everything to do with our level of consciousness at that moment. So depending on the level of consciousness you have, that will determine how you will perceive a certain situation, how you will react to it, and how you will grow from it. That's the secret. So as a parent, no matter how many times you can look back or how many times your child can tell you it's your fault that I'm like this, is completely wrong. It's not realistic because everybody has full ownership of their own lives and responsibility and accountability of their own lives, no matter what age they are. And so if you believe you failed as a parent, which I did for over 3 decades until I realized through lots and many, many hours of contemplation and meditation, when I discovered that it was simply a level of consciousness that could be shifted within me that would change my perception of the type of relationship I was experiencing with my son, and that it would change the whole dynamics of the relationship if I changed or shifted my level of consciousness, then it put me back in the driver's seat of my life, which I know will do the same for you. It will put you back in the driver's seat of your life when you start increasing your level of consciousness. And my role is to guide you and help you to get to that, to show you how to do that. And it's not that difficult. So just to reiterate, this seminar has nothing to do with critiquing your parental skills, because the moment you do that is the moment that you create a blockage to the connection within you that is only pure love and pure wisdom. So every time that we put ourselves down and we call ourselves a failure, what we're really doing is shutting the doors to our hearts and preventing us from really knowing the truth of why we are here and our purpose. So I hope that puts your mind at ease much more, because it really will be an inspiring seminar for you to enjoy and not feel guilty after you've listened to some of the teachings that you'll receive throughout our time together. So as I mentioned, because you are in control over how you perceive your relationships, puts you in the driver's seat, and just that in itself is extremely empowering, as you'll discover yourself. And just again, to be clear, the relationship that you're healing is not the relationship with your son, or daughter. It's the relationship with yourself. And once you focus on your life and your level of consciousness and your growth, then that will automatically change the dynamic between yourself and your child. So it has nothing to do with the child. Imagine that. It has nothing to do with your teenager or your adult child. It has everything to do with you. So you have full control to turn this relationship around like that. And if you set that intention, and if you stick with me throughout this seminar, you'll see for yourself that that is extremely true. So one of the things that I hope that you'll be feeling as well is this huge emotional relief that will be just lifted off of your shoulders, because we carry as parents so much guilt, and there's so much pain and so much self-criticism that we're not even conscious of the burden this has had on our lives and how it has impacted how we behave and the quality of our lives. And the more time goes by and we don't correct that, the more it is fueled, the more guilt is created, because we say, oh, I should have done that, I shouldn't have said this, why did I react this way, I'm not a good parent, I really had the greatest of intentions in the world to say this or do this instead of do that, and I didn't. I'm a terrible parent. Look what's happening to my kid. It's all my fault. And of course, your children will say, of course it's your fault. They're not going to take the responsibility. And so the bubble just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding, and the weight on your shoulders gets heavier and heavier as time goes on. And it's just a vicious cycle that you absolutely need to get out of. And like I mentioned, it took me over 3 decades, and it won't take you over 3 decades if you really set the intention to open your heart, calm your mind, and breathe, so that you can really hear and feel the essence of the messages that you will receive from your own inner guidance. My role is not to tell you what your inner guidance is going to say to you. My role is to help you connect with it. There was a saying that a chief Indian said that I think is very appropriate to share with you. And that is, he said that the longest journey one can make in a lifetime is only 18 inches long. And that journey is going from your mind to your heart. And that is a pretty profound saying, and one that I can appreciate much more than I would have in the past. And I'm sure as I continue to evolve and grow, that saying will have a deeper and deeper and deeper meaning in my life, like I'm assuming will happen in yours. So again, rest assured that this seminar is one that will uplift you and create an inspirational roadmap for you to reconnect with that powerful, infinite, divine inner wisdom that exists within you. And when you do, you'll become the best version of yourself, and you will obviously become the best version of being a parent for your child. So having said that, the next portion of this seminar will be on taking the next steps. Now, before we get to that, what I would like to let you know is that the program that I'm using to record this presentation has the limitation of about 15 to 20 minutes of continuous video recording. So what will happen in the next slide, there will be like a transitional slide where it's going to be written Novio, and there's going to be like a little line and then a little circle, that, you know, little dots of circles going round and round. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to touch anything. Once it transitions to the next chunk of recording, video recording, it will just kick in and bring us back together. Okay? Thank you so much.